Howdy, ladies and gents.
Hey guys,
Welcome
to the Guitar Hour.
Welcome.
Welcome, guys.
Season 4.
Four.
That's it.
We've made it to the 4th season.
None of us have,
After a
Been,
hiatus.
we've
We've
had our
all
own
been
contract.
injured apart from you, Dan.
BB.
Say again.
Oh, was
No,
it
he's
BB?
been injured.
Oh yeah, dodgy
Toe,
toe.
yeah.
I cut my wrist.
I've-
broke your arm.
I'm
Sorry?
unscathed at the moment.
Oh,
So we must have disturbed some kind of tomb while we were away.
In
I'm not
Los
sure what the deal was,
Angeles.
but welcome guys, season 4. We've had our contract renewed.
Yeah, it's touch and
Someone's
go.
renewed it. I don't know who. So welcome to season 4, episode 1. As usual, Tom Quayle joined by David Beebe,
Hello, guys.
Dan Smith,
hello.
and Dave Bronze.
Yo.
It's chuffing warm in here, guys. So if you see us
Chuffing.
sweating,
It is.
it's unbelievable.
I've got a bit of a sniffle, so
And just so
Yeah,
you know,
expect
I'm
some of
still not playing. I can. BB and I played a few notes earlier on today, but I'm not risking it. So that's why I've not got a guitar. These three are going to entertain you, and we're going to talk about a few different things as usual. If you've never seen the Guitar before, welcome. This is a guitar and music related chat show. I might as well tell them since it's season 4. Maybe we've got some new viewers. Probably not. We shall see. Thanks to all the guys in the chat. David Smeaton, welcome. Celery Shredder, Wonder 1950, Alex Mahiggins, Michael Norris, Brian Auger, Alex.
Hey,
We said
first
Alex
one.
already. David Ruiz as well. Welcome, guys. We can see your chat over here. I'm going to try and respond a little bit more today. I've got a little keyboard down here. For this particular show, I'm drinking Piston Head Full Amber. This is really nice, actually. It's a fairly strong, dry hopped, which Dan didn't recommend, but it's okay, actually. I'm quite surprised.
I might have just on the barrel then.
Stacey's
Lager. I don't drink lager, but this is actually really, really
It's
nice.
lager.
Looks a bit like, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's too much light in here. So, what are you drinking, Beebs?
I'm on the Crafty Dan 13 Guns.
Oh, I've had
Dan,
that before.
Crafty Dan's 13
Right.
Good.
Hi,
made
Bruno.
by me.
Hi, Christopher. How you doing, guys?
What am I on? I'm on Moose Jaw.
Moose
Wheat,
jaw.
wheat beer. Who
What's that
makes
like,
this?
by the way? Is it very
It's quite
wheaty?
It's quite sweet.
I thought you said weak beer.
Wheat.
You're on the wheat.
Wheat
beer.
beer.
And I'm on some kind of Cooper's Brewery, some kind of Australian pale ale. It's quite nice. Not bad.
Dave's driving, so we
Oh,
have
it's
to
Black
get
Sheep.
Yeah.
some very nice but weaker beer. All right, guys. So as usual, we will transition through to our news section. We've got a few things to kind of talk to you about today. I've got a little bit of clicking to do, so let me just remove this. All right, guys. So in terms of news. Go back to this. Hold on a second, guys.
Oh yes.
This is always the way these things go.
We're so slick on the Guitar Hour.
Now, I'm going to try this again, but it's not going to work, is it?
Should we just pretend we had the transition?
No, it's not working.
Oh well.
That is annoying. That's very annoying for a couple of different reasons. So what I'm going to try and do is try and set this up on this screen here.
Dan, do a Scooby-Doo transition.
So bear with me,
Scooby-Doo
guys.
transition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I should have worn my Waynesville cap.
Oh.
Hold on a second.
What was I going to do?
Oh!
Show
Ugh.
us.
That's awful. Whoa. We've got like some, yeah. There we go. Right. Hopefully you can now see and still hear us. Sorry, guys. OBS is pretty weird. It's written, it's like freeware, and it does all sorts of weird stuff when you try and use it. If you ever saw the episode where we tried to play a bit of a John Gomm interview.
Oh,
was
the
that-
acoustic
yeah.
episode.
Oh, man, that just didn't work at all. Anyway, I've got it working. So, the reason we want to show you this, we've got a few bits of news to do. The first is, I wanted to show you the Guitar Hour website if you've never been before. So this is www.theguitarhour.com, as you can see there. And this is our website that Mr. Beebe put together for us. It's very slick looking, I have to say. Thank you for that, Mr. Beebs. Now, the reason we're showing you this, basically within this website, you can obviously check out the Guitar Hour. And again, for anyone who's not seen it before, there's also our Patreon here if you want to support us, and our shop as well. So the Patreon, look, we need more people.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. If you want to support the Guitar Hour is always going to be free. But if you want to support the Guitar Hour, it's basically patreon.com/the Guitar Hour. And you can support us in the show and help us to get nice guests on and to improve our kind of visual and auditory experience. And then there's a shop and we sell ladies and men's t-shirts and hoodies.
Orange Guitar Hour t-shirt.
You can actually change the colour, guys. If you click on this and you want a different colour, it doesn't have to be orange.
I've got the
Tangerine.
blue. I've got the blue one. I think it's absolutely ace.
I think it's
Yeah.
time for me to get a new one. My white one's getting a little
Yeah, I don't know
bit
one either. And if a lady in your
stained.
life would like a hoodie or some kind of t-shirt. We do these as well. So-
Pink guitar hoodies.
Let's close those down. So, the other piece of news, BB, do you want to talk through this whilst I'm
Ooh, yeah.
doing this?
So, friend of the show,
Ah, yeah.
Friend of the Beebs.
Jonathan Kreisberg,
Excuse me.
is there's a couple of bits of news to do with this incredible jazz guitar player. If you haven't heard of him, Jonathan Kreisberg, one of the best modern jazz guitar players around. Anyway, he's releasing a new transcription book, which is, if I just read the title of it, so it's called Offerings of Note. It's a retrospective collection. Just got scroll down, dude.
Oh.
A retrospective collection of compositions and solo transcriptions with original fingerings by the artist. So throughout his albums, he's just had some transcriptions done of the heads and the solos, and a couple of full arrangements from.
By the way,
one
this
album.
bit BB came up with. BB wrote this bit.
Well, I had just helped sort of.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is being released next week, I think the 10th. So you can pre-order that from his website now.
By the way, you can zoom in on his face.
Really cool
Oh.
artwork.
Really cool artwork, actually. Did you
And-
do that as well?
I didn't have nothing to do with the artwork, no. And we are going to have a copy of this to give away. So at some point, when
In
it's
this
ready-
season?
I think it should be this season. We should be able to do it as a giveaway prize.
We've got a few giveaways to tell you about, guys. I'll do that
Oh,
afterwards.
It's got Wave Upon Wave. Love that tune.
Oh man, it's a full arrangement of my favourite things. It's got some standard solos from his early stuff, Fall in Love Too Easily, I'll Be Seeing You, stuff like that. So it's South of Everywhere, so some fantastic stuff on there.
There are some cool things you can buy from his site, actually. Like, again, the charts are pretty cool and that kind of thing. So, let me just turn some of these mics up a little bit as well, because we look a little bit quiet.
So yeah, we'll have the charts
Excuse
on
me.
his website. And the other thing is, just to start a bit of a heads up for this, is that the Guitar Hour is putting on a gig with Jonathan Kreisberg in the north, in Leeds. This is going to be a gig and a masterclass on the 22nd of May, so it's a Monday, the 22nd of May.
Ah.
Do you not know about this?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So,
Tell me more.
yeah.
Next thing I'll be saying is Bronze is playing rhythm guitar for
Yeah,
it.
you're-
Something
it's-
horrific like that.
It's
You
a
didn't
duo.
know yet, did you?
Bronze is doing a duo. Yeah, so on Monday the 22nd of May, we're going to be at the Wharf Chambers venue in Central Town, and it's going to be doing a masterclass in the afternoon and then a gig. I think it's a quartet. I'm not sure if it's trio or quartet, but it will be Jonathan Kreisberg and playing Blowing Your Mind with some awesome jazz guitar.
Wow.
So we'll obviously mention it and promote it close to the time, but just as a save the date, if you're interested, we'll possibly arrange some kind of guitar, because the Guitar Hour is going to be sort of putting it on. So
Brewdog in Leeds.
there's a Brewdog in Leeds. So if
Yeah, I've not been to this
if you
place yet.
fancy a Guitar Hour hangout, meet up again, that sort of thing, then we can probably put that on as well if you guys are interested. So yeah, that's the
So when
the
was
JK
that? Give me the
news.
date again.
So it's the Monday, the 22nd of May.
Put it in your calendars, you especially, because you're playing.
Yep.
You want people to
Other
come
things, we have a few other things to give away this season as well. We've got 2 sets of V-Picks. These are quite expensive as well, so we've got 2 sets of these to give away. The other set is underneath here. 2 sets of V-Picks to give away. There's quite a good selection in there. This is all thanks to Mark Thompson and obviously Vinny from V-Picks as well. We also have a set of 4 Seasons pickups to give away, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
So we'll
Proper
be
swag.
running
That's what I've got on my guitar.
next week. We'll be giving. By the way, this is something we didn't mention actually, guys. And of course we will do some playing, or these guys will do some playing shortly. The Guitar Hour, this is quite unique this season. We've tried to arrange it. There are no gaps this season. We are literally running every week for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So the last show's on April the 6th. As usual, we'll have a special guest for you on the last show, but we're running every single week. So you can basically guarantee for the next 6 weeks there's going to be season 4 of the Guitar Hour, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Provided you don't.
We
get
managed to
any
pin
last-minute
Dan
gigs.
down with his
so-
diary.
I might have to miss one, but we'll see.
I know,
Yeah,
I think
so
we have-
possibly that might happen, but there'll still be a
It's still
show.
gotta be, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got V-Picks and hi Richard.
Hello,
By the way,
guys.
yeah, hi Jason, hi Michael Norris, hi Jason Dreyer, hi Mark Poulter, hi Martin. Martin Miller's joined us.
Hello, guys.
Mr. Lanegard. How's your elbow, Richard? Let us know how your elbow is. Mine's doing pretty well actually. Although someone asked a question at the end, so for the end, so I'll address it then. But I'm not playing today. Okay. Anything else before we talk about? I'm going to let Dave do a little thing.
Oh yeah, one more thing on the meetup kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
Just to float this idea out there, we're potentially thinking of doing like a Guitar Hour live thing. So actually having an audience and doing this thing as a bit of a event type thing. So first of all, would you guys be interested? Is there interest enough for us to put this on? And what would you like to see? Would you like to like the same kind of show format? Is there anything that you'd like to perhaps get involved with, or is there anything perhaps so any ideas basically? So let us know, send us messages or comment on the Facebook page whether that would be something you'd be interested in.
Yeah.
Cool. So we move on.
Yeah.
Bronze.
So I guess some of you guys saw that we posted up earlier on the Guitar Hour Facebook page about the news that a friend of the show, Jason Spell, took his life earlier this week. And so yeah, we just wanted to just sort of pay our respects, really, just so personally I sort of met Jason through the Guitar Idol competition, and just sort of I mean, we don't know much of the details, but it seems clear that Jason was suffering with some mental illness battles that he was having, and he finally took his own life a bit earlier this week. So I've been pretty upset about it, but I suppose thinking about it's learned a few things. So I only knew Jason through Facebook and Skyping and stuff like that, but just sort of the way that relationships now on Facebook are, just like I felt like I totally knew him. Well, I did know him, and it was really sort of unexpected and tragic, and so we just wanted to say, you know, rest in peace and all that kind of stuff. And he was a talented, super talented player. And he leaves behind his wife as well, and you can donate to his funeral costs. If you go to the Guitar Hour Facebook page, there's a link on there to cover those costs, and I think people have given almost $10,000 already, which is amazing to show how much Jason was loved and appreciated by our guitar community. And I think yeah, we just wanted to pay tribute, really. Top guy. And also just to say, you know, in terms of like if you're struggling with depression, it's something that we're open about on the show, in terms of like depression is something that affects a lot of creative people, and if you are that kind of person who's prone to that kind of stuff, talk to somebody, get professional help and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's raise a beer to Jason Spell.
Yeah, to Jason.
To Jason. Miss you, dude.
Yeah, if you're having a drink, guys, just raise your glass. I will also find, if you guys bear with me a second, I'll find the donation page and I'll post it in the chat as well.
Remember one of the shows last season, and my phone started buzzing, and he was watching the show,
Yeah.
and he was messaging us like saying, "Oh, it's so cool that we can, you know, like just do this." It's just this whole thing about this community, this technology of it, and I just remembering, you know, one of the earlier messages he sent to me.
Yeah, he's a super kind guy as well. He's like really supportive of me and my career and stuff. And I suppose one of the things that makes it sadder for me is that we both made a decision at the same time to kind of go full time around about 2012, 2013. And sort of, yeah, he kind of felt things were really just not going anywhere for him, you know. And yeah,
A bit of a sad, obviously.
It's been a real downer. Yeah.
So I don't know if this will work on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know how this actually whether it'll work, but I've tried to post the GoFundMe page for Jason's wife Sarah. So if you guys want to check that out, you know, you can do that. Or as Dave says, I can't remember Dave or David that said it, but go onto the Guitar Hour Facebook page. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll find there's a post by Laurie Monk on there, and if you go down a little bit further, you'll find the link to the GoFundMe page. So it just shows how generous people are, actually.
Yeah, it's incredible, and you know, if you're feeling alone, I mean, it kind of showed me that there's so much support for there, and that makes it all the harder to kind of bear, really. So I had a day sort of grieving on Monday, sort of feeling proper upset, so which is good. Like, one of the things I've learned is just kind of like just to deal with stuff like that head on, but definitely our thoughts are with his wife, and
The family.
yeah.
Okay, link works fine, that's good. In terms of the live show, someone posted don't do it up north. We don't actually know where it would be because we will be doing it in association with a company. So can't say who yet, but if we did do it, I think we'd have to liaise as to...
Yeah.
We would probably do it, either up north or
What's wrong with the north?
or down, as in down south near London. So that'd probably either be, I would imagine Manchester or London, or maybe we could do both.
Manchester.
Sure, Midlands. Okay, let's go. Let's split it down the middle. We'll do it in Birmingham.
Do it in Birmingham.
Maybe we'll do it at Laney HQ. We'll see what they say. All right, guys. So let's move straight on. We're doing something a little bit different today because normally we have Dan's challenge, but seeing as I'm not playing at the moment, for anybody who's not sure why, I will talk about it a little bit more because I'll give you a progress update at the end of the show. But I fractured my elbow about 6 weeks ago. Yeah, about 5, 6 weeks ago, and I can just about play a guitar for about 10 minutes. So obviously I'm not playing in the show. I'm just resting it, but that's why these guys are playing and not me. But we thought we'd do Tom's challenge.
Tom's challenge.
Taskmaster.
We need a theme tune for that, surely.
Tom's tasks.
Tom's challenge. Ah.
Oh, I kind of wish I'd shaken the camera again. Oh no, the LEDs have fallen.
He's singing is not the LEDs off.
Yeah, I get that all the time. That's why I just do instrumental music. As soon as I sing, bad things happen.
Those are some skills. That's how hot it is here. The glue's
tell that.
melting off it. It is insanely warm. So, Tom's challenge, what we're going to do, I've got a backing track for the guys. They're going to play, and I'm going to shout out instructions for them, and they have to follow my instructions. So, for instance, like, we've done this kind of thing before. It's quite good fun. So, playing on one string, only playing with bends, those kind of
You're going to spoil the surprise.
things. No, because there's loads. Don't
Oh,
worry.
all right.
All right, guys, so we'll leave the lapel mics on while we're doing this because obviously you guys want to hear the instructions as well. So you're hearing a mix of lapel plus direct guitars. Just a real quick thing, let's run through the rigs before we do this because everyone's always interested in that. Dave, what are you playing through?
Just my usual guitar rig, which is the Blug Amp 1 into, what have we got? The Empress Nebulous, which is a modulation pedal, and then my Back to the Future capacitor delay. Which
Yeah.
I ought to get like a roving, we'll use the webcam next week and I'll do a roving cam where we can see everybody's boards. Right, Dan.
Similar thing. Blue Amp 1, like Bronzy. A lot of Wampler stuff on here.
It's like a Wampler.
It's like a
Advert.
Wampler car boot side down here. Ego compressor, Tumnus, which probably won't use tonight, but Dual Fusion, Decibel, which I probably won't use tonight. Strymon Flint for reverb and tremolo, and then Wampler Tape Echo.
So, continuing the Wampler theme, we've got an Ego compressor, a Dual Fusion, and going into a Boss DD500.
Awesome. All right. So these guys are going to play over this kind of funky E minor groove. It's only 6 minutes long, so we'll play it twice. And well, it depends. Depends how we go. And I'll just shout out instructions. So guys, just do one round each where you're just playing just whatever. All right. No instructions.
Get comfy.
Who's going first? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well. All right, here we go, guys.
Oh, that was a face, man. There's some screen grabs there.
E minor. I think you've got issues with your wife.
What is going on? Oh, that's the not whammy bar on the guitar.
Epic. Guys, let us know if we need to do anything with the sound.
Yeah.
Buzzy buzz.
So tasty, that.
I know it's not fair. Right, your first instruction's really easy, just play on one string.
See, I don't want to bitch out and go for the E string, so.
Hi, Shai, come in. Shai PMing.
Oh!
Right, you can only bend into notes.
Ah! Ugh. Ah,
Right, you can
broke it.
only play in third intervals. I don't mean play dyad, double stops. I mean, you can only play ascending and descending thirds.
Okay.
Right, I don't even know what that means.
Well, so if you go like you're playing a G, you have to go up to a B.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I don't even know if I'm doing that right.
Oh, real well. Yeah.
I was just straight there.
Oh, that. Okay, thirds.
Oh, I'm in a bad spot here.
That's not the easiest thing to make music out. That was cool.
But like only going up or down? Like,
No,
you
you
can
do
down.
either.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then. No, it is because
Let's have new
I'm
one. I like
overthinking
this
it now.
one.
Okay, next one. You've got to play. All your phrases have to be concise to 3 notes. You can't play a phrase with any more than 3
I
notes.
remember this one.
That was 4.
Was it?
Yep.
All right. Calm down.
The note gets sharp.
He's lost a jazz point.
Let's go to that.
What?
That count.
Yeah.
The key is to back out when you've played something okay, and then just. Oh!
Or you nearly played an extra note then, didn't you?
Is that not 4?
Alright, but we won't do the full thing, but just back to the beginning. Right, you've got to slide every second note.
Whoa.
They're getting harder. See if you can keep a phrase going.
Oh, I can't do it. I'm having to think second note. I've got to count and play at the same
So
time.
you go pick, pick, slide, pick, pick, slide, pick, pick, slide. That might make it I'll do one more.
That's really hard.
Right, you've got to play out every 4th bar.
Okay.
So 1, 2, One Hertzog. Actually, that was damn impressive.
Impressive how I dodged it.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go, Trolls Jam.
Oh, man.
It's so fun up running the
That is genius.
Well, no, because then people get our phone numbers so they can decode it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
What is this?
Alright.
Cool.
There you go.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
There were a few others on the list, so I also had only double stops, play only in a 4-fret zone,
Oh, don't look at the fretboard. That'd be.
phrases moving from the 2nd to the 14th fret in sequence.
The what?
So you had to play,
yeah.
slide every 3rd note, which would annoy. I didn't do that one because I thought it would annoy Dave.
Oh,
Tapped bends. Don't look at the fretboard. Look at the fretboard. I don't think that would make a difference, but look at the fretboard would be stupid.
It's kind of hard.
Hendrix double stop style double stops and you play out every 4th bar.
These limitation exercises, they are tough, man. It's hard to think, for me, to think musically when I've got to think of the thing.
That's the
That's
point.
just like,
Yeah.
It's
To,
like
to
really
force
hard.
you into a position where you have to think creatively within a very limited space.
Well, the thing is, we were doing
Yeah.
it quite, a bit jokey, but
Yeah.
it's actually really good practice.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
You know, if you say to yourself, right, instead of just sitting down and playing or noodling for however long, you go, right, I'm going to jam over this, or I want to jam with someone else, but we can only do this. Because then it kind of levels the playing field as well, especially if you've got 2 players that might be in a different kind of place or whatever. But
Yeah, cool. Okay.
That's good.
Apparently, my daughter she's 6 months old and she's in the room next to us, and we're not quiet, are we?
I mean, after that out 4th bar, we're going to be giving us some sweet nightmares.
To be honest, though, on New Year's Eve, she was asleep up here, and I had the subwoofer downstairs going at full blast, and she never moved. So she's not gonna be.
What's the
Oh,
next?
sorry,
What's the next challenge on the? What's the next thing on the list? Just out of
Challenge?
interest. No, what's the next thing on the list?
What do you mean?
The
Limitation?
discussion, you mean?
Oh, is it the discussion
Yeah.
next? Oh, it's just because I've got something for.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, the only person who didn't go, oh yeah.
David Beebe is
What?
has edited a live DVD for me, and he's just really gone the extra mile. So I bought him a present. I wanted to give it him live.
What? And
What?
you have to go
You
and
have
put
to
this
go and
on
put it
now.
on.
Oh, my
Well, so this has to be explained a little bit.
That's incredible.
Just show. No, don't show.
No,
just put it on.
I'll go put it on. Right. Can I unplug?
So
Yeah. You're fine.
Oh, you amazing man. Let me just take this off. And I'll go and.
So,
This is amazing.
guys, the chat that we have here, we have a big window over here that shows the chat while BB's getting changed, it gets saved on my hard drive as a text file. So if you've got any ideas, because someone had a really good idea, Trollstjern had a really good idea, so you guys could suggest limitations for us in the chat. So if you've got any cool ideas for limitations,
Chat challenge.
like Go Fix Mixer say you can't use your index finger on the left hand, so like an inverse Django. So feel free to write them in the chat, and then they'll be saved, and we can use them on the next challenge of that type. So I can hear him. What's he doing? So yeah, if you want to do that, but we are going to transition into our main discussion as soon as BB gets back.
BB's over there, just
Which
outside getting naked.
It's a BB topic.
oh yeah, we should definitely wait for him then.
Yeah, he wants to talk about how we all juggle our different lives and jobs with, guitar playing.
Yeah, it is a good question. It's one of the
Expensive.
things when I sort of went full time after having a sort of proper job. One of the things of time management and how you split the week up and how you do it was one of the things that no one seemed to tell me about.
You
So I
don't
think
see
it
that,
will
do you?
be-
You see what people are up to, and you
You-
sort of
yeah,
see the
you never
success,
see it.
maybe.
Just knowing what to
Oh, mate.
prioritise.
Dude, don't hide.
That is.
Can you shut the door as well? Although as nice as it was on...
That's so bad. It's good.
That is amazing.
Oh mate, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
So
Now I wish I had a zoom lens.
it's so terrible. I think I like
I've
it.
got to ask, where did you get that?
Off the internet.
Oh, I liked it. There's a picture, didn't I?
Oh, that must have been
saw
some
it.
serious dark web
What?
stuff
I
to
may,
find
I
that.
may or may
Was it
not
the
have
dark?
cont-
Was it the dark
I
one?
may or may not have contacted Mrs. Beebe.
Why do I get the impression that we're going to end up selling those on the Guitar Hour website?
If you can see, it's like
Why has it got aliens on it?
it's like a
Apparently, this is like first date T-shirt. What are you wearing on your first date?
it's like
With a
kit-
blazer.
The material's really shiny as well.
Dude, you're going to get some serious static build up there. I'm not going anywhere near
It's like a
you.
kitten with death rays picking off.
You're a walking meme, Beeps. Yeah, wear that to the Kreisberg gig, Peter Scales and I says. So, BB, why don't you start this discussion off properly, because it was kind of your thing. Normally it's Dave that starts discussions, but why don't you start off and then we can go from there. So you've written down, how do we juggle all our different jobs, including audience? BB is struggling to finish things.
So a little bit of, hold on a second, let me just get this back on.
Watch out for the static.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it really is shiny. Over the last since joining the Guitar Hour and just being a bit. What are you laughing at?
Sorry,
Serious, Dave?
I just keep catching a glimpse of you in that shirt on the screen, and it's cracking me up. Sorry,
Oh,
right, I'll
do I
just
need
look at
to
the
minimise
camera.
that window?
Just gonna look at the camera. All right.
It's amazing. Oh, I love it. It's very hot though.
Should we just discuss the T-shirt?
Sorry, baby. Carry on. I won't.
So in the last sort of 18 months since I've been joining the Guitar Hour and just been public online with playing guitar, I've been doing more and more jobs, more and more different things, which is great, and it's a nice issue to have. But I am struggling, I guess, like finding the time finishing things. As you all know, I've been promising this tutorial for a little while, and I'm on the very edge
Don't use that word again.
of completing it. But it's like keeping all these balls in the air, and
Just what's this T-shirt doing to him?
but like you guys, I guess, have done this absolutely longer than I have, and I guess like many of you viewers will be doing either aspiring pro musicians or amateurs that have got loads of projects going on. And how do you juggle all this? Because I feel like I'm spending all my time divided up between editing videos, trying to practice to maintain and then keep improving, doing my teaching, doing my gigging, like planning projects, like editing, like text, audio. It's like how do you?
Well, that's
have
just
a-
work stuff, but then you've got all the life stuff
And
as
then
well.
you've
that's
got
on top
life
of
as
that.
well.
Really predictable, but fracture your elbow and you'll have loads of time.
Well, without resorting to
Bodily harm.
yeah. But like it's just been a real I've just finished. I'm handing over this evening, which is why I got this, to handing over the final library file and master I've done of Dave's live DVD. And that's been obviously priority number one, because to get that done for him at the moment. And now I've got that done, but I've also been finishing off doing Guitar Hour stuff, doing learning songs for gigs, trying to do my normal teaching job in the day at schools, and it's I'm not moaning here. I know it sounds like I am, but it's like it's a
Humble
nice
brag.
Is the
It's
question?
humble.
Is the
Oh
question
no,
you're
I'm so
asking?
busy.
Is the question asking how do you figure out what to prioritise? Because that's essentially, or is
maybe
it?
it's
Are you
just
wanting
learning
to
to
know
not
what we
bite
do?
off. Yeah, how do you
Okay.
guys? Do you have a system for? Because you all have lots of things that you do as well.
Yeah,
and
I'm going to be so disappointed with my answer, so I'm going to let Dave
Oh,
start.
shall I go first? Okay, so my main thing is writing and selling my music. So I suppose I'm going for the artist type
On the
thing.
artist route.
So when I decided to quit my proper job a few years ago, I phased out of my proper job one day at a time to do teaching. And I do guitar teaching, and essentially I do 2 full days of guitar teaching and 2 evenings, and that gives me 3 full days more or less to do.
Is that all from home? Is the evenings from home and then you're in school?
I teach in various schools, and then I teach 2 nights at home.
Right.
And then I do a bit of Skype in there as well. But essentially I have 3 days a week in which to do my music. So the way I do it is I'm working towards a second album, and I always do all my creative stuff in the morning. So I get up early, I go for a run, and do pull-ups and stuff like that, try and stay fit. I sit down at 9:30 and I work through till about 1:30. trying to write music, and then in the afternoon there's like a level of admin that I have to do. So I do my Facebook stuff, I do a blog, I do anything that's kind of promoting what I do happens in an admin and invoicing and all that stuff is in the afternoon. And then what I tend to do with my Facebook is I do it all on the weekend, and I have a thing called Post Planner, and that posts automatically for me through the week, and I try and interact for about 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening with Facebook. So I'm actually really quite super organised, and the reason for that is because I've got kids. Basically, I want to work as hard as I can during the week and then not work the weekends. So that's how I kind of do it. But yeah, there's loads of stuff in there. So for me, the social media, I've got the mailing list, blogs, videos, but the priority for me is just kind of writing music, really.
What do you use for your mailing list, Dave?
I use MailChimp. So MailChimp is free up to 1,000 subscribers.
It's 2,000 now.
Cost me a
Oh, is it
fortune,
2,000 now? So if you subscribe to my mailing list, by the way, you get 2 free tracks. Just thought I'd get that in there.
One thing just a real quick thing to be really aware of is that spikes up in cost very, very quickly if you go over 2,000 very, very quickly. But anyway, sorry, that's irrelevant.
Yeah,
So
I understand that Rude Dog, this can sound like I'm sort of bragging, like I'm so busy, whatever, but that really isn't how I meant to come across. I think thinking about it now, it might be that I'm just like kind of promising more than I can deliver. Maybe I need to scale back on that. My expectations.
Yeah, it's not
of
bragging
myself.
at all. I wouldn't worry
It
about
can,
that.
it can actually, just sorry, because this time management thing is something that really I've had to learn. And one thing is, when you can do so much good stuff, and someone once said to me, focus on the doing great stuff. So I quit so much stuff. I say no to so much stuff. So in terms of time management, I've dropped out of doing cover bands. I've dropped out of taking on projects that aren't like really in. My main thing is I want to sell albums, I want to build a fan base, and anything that falls outside of that, as much as it might be good, I don't do it. So that's otherwise I wouldn't know where to start. And I don't practice much either, sadly.
I guess I want to maintain the sort of what practicing, I guess. What about yourself, Dan? Do you find?
Well, the thing that I'm, and I think you'll probably attest to this as well at the minute, is there's quite a few things that are kind of happening and stuff at the minute. But alongside that, it's not just doing them all; it's learning the skills to do them as well.
I mean,
and it's actually having the time and having the mental space to go, right, I need to learn how to do Photoshop better. I need video editing, like all these things.
So right, this is going to sound a little bit. Well, for you actually, this doesn't count. So what I would say is, I remember when I was learning all those skills that I learned them at points. Where
I remember back in the day. Listen here.
A lot of those skills that you're acquiring now to do with video, audio, all that stuff is because you're a gigging musician for a living. That is literally what you do for a living. You do more gigs than almost anybody else I know. So you're learning all that stuff. I used to do that when, like, any second of free time I had, because I didn't have family and kids and stuff. Whereas now, the thing I'm finding really hard, and the reason you might be really disappointed with my answer is because I don't know, because I was 6 months old, my most creative period and where I learned most of the skills that I've kind of developed a few of them along the way recently, but where I learned most of the skills was when I lived on my own and I didn't have a relation. I had a relationship, but I lived on my own and no kids, nothing, no responsibilities other than myself, and I did it like till 2-3 a.m. every night. So it's quite hard for me to turn around honestly to you and say, oh, I've got this method and this method and this routine and this routine. And I tend to work on a project until it's finished and then move on to the next thing. At the expense of other projects, unless I've got I'm a little bit different to you in that I've got paid deadlines. So if I work for Guitar Interactive or Lick Library or Sound Effects, Premiere, or one of these other places I work for, they have deadlines I have to have it in by. So
I think that's definitely the better way of doing it. Having a project, there's no better way to learn
than to have a project. I think that's the problem, is that I've perhaps underestimated, and it's all a learning experience, I guess, in some ways, but like the idea of like editing, like I thought editing my tutorial and editing your DVD were like going to be
like a day.
They're going to take like way less time than they actually do take. And even though
you essentially have to watch.
Should have bought him 2 t-shirts.
You essentially end up watching the whole thing 4 or 5 times over, if you think about it. So if you're editing something that's 2 hours long, you're going to watch that 2, 3, 2 times, however many.
I think it's like having this and I feel like I'm not really necessarily having to learn the skills, I guess, other than like keep practicing guitar to get better at guitar, but a lot of the skills, and I don't feel like I'm trying to acquire those, it's just trying to deploy them for these projects.
What you probably find is you'll come up to something and go, oh shit, how do I do that? And then you don't learn how to do it, which is great, which you wouldn't do if you didn't have a project.
And then that's the time sink there then.
Yeah.
Michael Norris asked a good question. I don't know if we can scroll up the chat. He asked, are we able to do that? He asked something about how do you balance bit more.
No.
There we go. How do you balance the things you love but don't make much money against the things that don't mean as much but pay the bills? Always a hard thing to do. Okay.
Maybe I should have. That's really, really good, because that's kind of what I'm talking about as well. It's like the investment in the things that don't pay now that might in the future.
Well, yeah, so there's that. There's some things where you've got to invest the time. Like, so for me, learning how to use the DSLR and editing software and stuff, I view a lot of it comes to do with, for me, I think, with how you view yourself and what you're trying to do. So I view guitar teaching as saving up to do what I really want to do. My guitar teaching still pays more money than music sales, although the music sales are catching up.
Woo!
So woohoo! So I do things that might seem as quite menial and mundane to do my passion, and although it doesn't pay as much, I think for my own well-being, I've got to do that creative side. So for me, it's not a question of doing things that earn money over things that I love. I have to do the things that earn money in order to do the things that I love. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I only teach 2 days a week now and create 3 days a week. I've done it in a way that my income can allow me to do that. So I don't know if that's helpful or not. But
see, my solution to that was, and this may not be applicable to everybody, I don't know, you'd have to have a good think about it, was to create a passive income where you are earning money. You know, I sell lessons on my website, so I'm earning money by doing something once and then selling it without having to touch it again. And that means that you've got a lot more free time to do the things that you want to do. But that's not the easiest thing to set up from scratch, unless you've possibly. There might be where you might have to have a think about it. I mean, I really with the guitar, I don't want to offer advice where I don't have good.
There are
I don't
things.
want to offer advice for the sake of advice.
There are things around now. There's other websites. I'm not sure of the names right now, but where you can be a content sort of creator and put lessons and stuff on there, for instance, and then depending on it's almost like you get royalties from it.
Yeah.
But again,
you can do that.
I think you've got to. We all have multiple income streams, though.
Yeah.
I think
really, pretty much. Well,
it sounds like we're sort of bragging, saying, "Oh, we're so busy." It's not really that. If anything, we're highlighting that you can't just do one thing and get by as a guitar player or musician.
Yeah. But even if you're, I guess, I don't know. It's like even if you're at college or it's even just balancing, your relationships with trying to do your passions or music or things. It's like it's not necessarily an easy thing.
I mean, the other thing is when it comes to identity as musicians, I think a lot of us sometimes find it hard to separate who we are from what we do. And I think there's a definite danger to that if you just lock yourself away in a room and practice.
It's like you don't take your superhero costume off ever.
Yeah, or you don't hang out with anybody,
Catman.
I mean, we're going to do a future episode on that stuff of like working alone versus working in a group. But I think there's real balance to it all. Really, you got to go out and live a life as well.
And actually, there's a huge amount to be said for, and I can say this with a lot of confidence, having taken a break from music pretty much in the last 5-6 weeks, there's a huge amount to be said for allowing yourself the time to not, worry so much about music. And this is why, this is a sort of related but slightly different topic. I always wonder whether being a musician for a job is right for a lot of people. When people start doing
not for everybody, is
only function gigs, and don't get me wrong, you can have a great time doing only function gigs, but when it becomes work for work's sake, you might as well be working in an office, or you might, again, nothing wrong with working in an office if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I mean, I know people who have a lot healthier of a musical life by doing a full-time. My dad, for instance, was a veterinary surgeon, very nice job, hugely enjoyed playing guitar as a hobby and running folk clubs, and he's an incredible guitar player.
Imagine the accuracy.
Pardon?
Imagine the accuracy on those hammers.
Yeah, totally, yeah. So
You'll have more money for gear, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's another bonus. But genuinely, that's another bonus,
It's like all the professional musicians I hang out with, a lot of them play on really crap stuff because and all these bankers having like really fancy guitar gear, you know, because
The Harley Davidsons and
I mean,
stuff
the other
like
thing about that, of course, is that, and this is in terms of time management, is that most jobs, up to a certain point, not all, but most jobs are 9 to 5, and then there's a bit of overtime here and there, and then the rest of your time is literally yours, unless you're doing an extremely high level management job or you're working in healthcare or something.
Or you're commuting or something.
Or but even then, if you commute, you know, Monday and Friday, or you commute an hour to work and an hour back, you've still got time.
Yeah.
You know, then music can be a lot more enjoyable. And I have lots of friends who gig way more than professional musicians I know, but have full-time jobs and have really nice gear and really have a nice work-music balance. So I think being honest with yourself about, is being a professional musician the right path for you, and not guilt-tripping yourself into doing it because you are so convinced that being a musician is you have to be a musician.
Yeah. Do we have any sort of practical tips maybe to finish with?
No.
Well, you said
I don't think it necessarily needs that.
you said you have a nice arrangement with your lovely wife where there's a day of the week where everything's kind of off the table and it's like date night or whatever,
so
and you have set times.
Heather's in the chat, Dan. So
Well, you know, you have set times. You know, when I'm not going to do it. I was going to say something really dickish, but you have set times. You have like set times for certain things. Like, right, I work here, and the thing that I find difficult is if you're trying to do something creative or inspired or whatever it is, it's kind of hard to go, right, I'm going to sit down and do this now, because it's not necessarily how it works.
Yeah, do you know what I do? I have to plan to be creative, but I still have my iPhone if some idea pops in.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of how I manage like family time and stuff, I have a night a week that is booked out called date night, so that's a Wednesday or a Friday night.
Can I just really, this is really important. Guys, nobody has voted on the backing track poll at the top, the poll jam.
Oh.
Because we didn't mention it.
Oh, we forgot to mention it.
Oh, no.
It's our fault then.
So, it's our fault. The backing track poll. Go to that website there. I'll type it into the chat.
Oh, I'm getting good at this.
And vote.
Oh, I was.
What?
Look at BB in the corner there.
I'll type it into the chat. Go there and vote on which backing track you want the guys to play over. I'm so sorry,
I've
Dave.
just realised that like this is the perfect guitar for this T-shirt. It just goes so well, doesn't it, as well?
Oh, baby, show up. I've got a guitar and you.
I'm complimenting your gift.
Dave.
Fight.
Dave.
I think one other last thing. I think the fact that you've got to do so many different things if you want to get by, I think being a guitar player, is I do think that keeps it interesting as much as it can be like, you know, we can concentrate on maybe the negatives of trying to keep all these balloons in the air. But if it's better, I don't know if it's better, but if would you rather do, say, you could just gig 5 days a week? Or would you rather do 2 days of that, a day of that, and then a gig, and then?
No, I'm really enjoying things are, but I'm just feeling like I'm just like not quite finishing things when I'm saying I'm going to finish them.
Yeah.
And that's just, and so
you don't want to end up half-assing everything.
I think
exactly. Yeah.
I think we can all agree that there's all aspects of our career. I mean, when I did a bit of touring, as soon as I had kids, I just started hating it because I felt like when I was away, the kids had changed so much in a few weeks that I was away. I just literally, it's like a switch flicked and went. I was just like, I don't really want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 weeks I was in, was it 3 weeks or two? No, 2.5 weeks I was in the US in January, and I came back and an hour had changed so much. It's terrifying.
We're getting people saying it's not working for them.
Yeah, that's because I posted it twice, guys. You need the second one.
Ah, there we go.
So it's straw polled at me 12449245.
Okay.
12449245. Yeah, that's correct.
Right, guys. Well,
It's
it's not working.
It's not
still.
working.
Hold on. Keep talking, guys.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I've got people voting on it, guys. So
I think
must be
basically
working.
there isn't a one-size-fits-all. Like, I'm quite disciplined in how I do things, but some other people like have a more kind of haphazard approach. I think it's the important thing is just to kind of try and enjoy it.
I think the other thing is as well, because I came to you guys the other week and I said, I'm kind of struggling to.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I've got to I'm struggling with like maintaining all this, keeping every little thing happy. It's like a computer game where you've got to go and press a button and it goes green again. It's kind of like, this one's going a bit into the red, I've got to go and press that, and it's kind of keeping all these separate aspects of life in check. And I was kind of asking you guys, like, how do you deal with that? And you've all kind of said similar things. Like it's not just, you know, getting back to maybe the community thing is it's not just you that feels like that. Everyone's kind of in the same boat, and everyone's still doing the same sort of struggle to do all these things and get by. So I think, it's big good to you guys. It's not necessarily that you, I've fixed it, but it makes you feel like it's not just you being inadequate.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is when you do a normal job,
A normal mortal job.
they are significantly, because you're not doing everything yourself and trying to structure your plan, and plan your time yourself.
Yeah, you'll have a
lot of
role,
things are a
won't
bit
you?
more structured, and you have a lot more of a defined role.
Yeah.
Musicians these days have to be so wide in the things that they can do.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time, but a web designer, audio engineer,
That's ridiculous.
mixing person, a video production person, you have to be on top of social media. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's much more financially rewarding than it used to be. You are the only guy here who could. Oh no! Wow, you have a traditional thing in terms of gigging and teaching.
Not as
But
much
we
as-
certainly couldn't
yeah.
exist as musicians 10 years ago.
No.
No,
It's-
10 years ago, 15 years ago.
When people say, "Oh, it's rubbish now, Spotify, you don't earn any money," I just say it's easier than ever to make a living from music, because there's no
Absolutely.
record company involved. So if you work really hard and your music's decent, you have a better chance now than ever.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've
I
got more
see.
of a chance of. I think like guys that are not necessarily getting the record deals and being these big stars. I think there's all this other room now for people that.
Yeah.
It's different
know,
kind of work.
it's
in
like a
way,
different
isn't it?
spectrum
I
now.
don't
There's
think
like-
we'll
there's more
see
colours.
many more Bon Jovis and Aerosmiths and Rolling Stones.
No.
I think those days are gone, like where
No,
people
no,
become
no.
megastars. But if you want to make an income and you really were to graph from what you create, be it lessons, videos, music, I think it's a good time for it. So
yeah, you've got a much wider
Well,
gamut of things that
yeah.
you can create. Okay,
right.
we'll round that up just
Yeah.
there.
Mm.
Okay, so you guys have finally been voting on the poll jam. Totally our fault. Let's have a look. So the winner is the G minor acid jazz track.
Oh, thank you.
You guys have always been
Thank you, Guitar
dropping
Alex.
some E's or
Interesting
something.
question from Simmons.
What was that?
What?
You gotta do is to ease the situation when you get work sprung on you.
Say no.
So what would you guys do to ease the situation when you get work sprung on you, like an unplanned gig tomorrow or something?
Never happens to me.
Yeah, I mean, I used to turn stuff down. I've been much more saying yes to things lately.
Yes,
Dunno.
man.
Yeah, I think that was through fear of like not being able to do the job in the past. Whereas more now I'm feeling like, yeah, I can do stuff. So
Well, I think it's times like that where like your kind of obsessive, teenage, early 20s years where you're just like guitar. I know you're kind of like that now anyway, but
yeah,
like those years come through because, for instance, if it's like what's the gig? Oh, it's a function gig. You've already done that job. A lot of the same material comes up, so you might get a list of 30 tunes. You might know 25 of them,
yeah,
and then you've got 5 tunes to learn for tomorrow,
Yeah.
which is
it's
much
exactly
better.
my job.
Yeah, which is much easier
Ryan,
than
I
learning
just
30.
literally say I can't do it.
Yep.
I just
Same here.
say no. I'll
Yep.
like,
Learn to say no.
Well, it depends what you're doing. Like, if
I think
I'm wary of
say
saying
yes.
no to some stuff because they just won't ask you again. If you think you might want it in the future,
Yeah, cheers.
I still say no.
you might want to do it.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm only joking.
Even though we've said on the guitar before, be a yes man, sometimes, depending on where your career's at, you have to learn to say no.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So we got the G minor acid jazz group. I've got no idea what this is. BB picked all these, so blame him.
I can't remember.
Oh well.
Who is it? Oh, it's the Harrison.
Can I go last?
So I was going to say, why don't we go the opposite way? No, they're just going to play now, guys. Again, if you've not seen the guitar out, they always have a poll jam. You guys pick the backing track and, oi, Cheryl, leave it at. Sometimes. No, never mind. Okay, right. So again, this one is about 6 minutes, guys. So see how you get on. If you want to do some more, let me know. Okay, and BB starting, correct?
Is there a progression or is it static?
You tell me. You picked
Oh,
it.
can't remember.
Please read the video description for the chord chart.
No, let's just go for it, BB. Let's be fearless.
Yeah, it's nothing. Don't worry. It's like a minor blues.
All right. Okay.
Like a minor blues.
Here we go.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the best note of the night.
Ah. People have demanded you have more delay. Yes. 1, 4, and 5.
Ah. Once you leave your head stop. Oh! Oh, Nirvana in the house.
Peaking.
To do 7.
That's the thing, isn't it?
D7.
Oh, we should say that badly now.
There's some kind of auto wire on. Supposed to be off.
The battery goes.
The compressor's supposed to be off.
Battery's dying. BB's battery's dying.
Somebody plug him in.
minute he'll go.
That is not what a dual fusion sounds like.
Need to go climb.
Steve Ozone's here. I'm going to give BB some overdrive.
Give us some power.
All right.
Wowzers.
Are we? So is it me and Bronzy trade off for a bit?
Maybe if Bronzy starts.
Yeah.
Why's it not playing?
Short trades.
Yeah. Short trades is. I can recreate that lick from Nam. Anyways. Ah!
Can't do you like that.
No, I'm really mad.
Turn your volume down in your fusion.
Should I keep playing? Is it?
There he is, the free metal fact.
Oh! Ow!
Is that better for you?
Yes.
Someone's been requested to play a Martin Miller-esque run.
Well, I don't even know what that is. Sorry, Martin.
What does Martin do?
It is the Pat Metheny version. That's close. Come on, Beeps. See if you can do it.
Not Martin. What's the Fresh Ducks one?
Oh God.
Yeah, no way.
Right, do a little bit of trading, guys, and I'm going to fade it out afterwards. A little bit of trading.
Yeah.
Ah! So close.
Oh, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Man.
There you go. Frank and Max from Germany. I will be at Music Mess. Yes, I will be there. I don't know which days I'm going to be there. It'll probably only be the weekend because we have a Guitar Hour show on the 6th and the show runs till the 9th.
The 8th, is it the
The
Monday?
8th. No, the Sunday. So I might be there for the weekend, the Saturday and the Sunday. Possibly, or because the Guitar House is sort of Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I could fly out on the Friday and then be there on the Saturday and Sunday. We'll see. I should be there. Heather, honestly, if I did a little dance, our viewers would go down to maybe 7.
Even we'd leave the room.
Yeah. Funnily enough, though, I still wouldn't be the silliest looking person in the room.
Hey,
It's amazing. It's amazing
I look
how quickly it's just become the norm. Like it's not even a thing anymore.
What, baby wearing a cat t-shirt?
It's because it's got a cat on it.
Right. Still use your victory heads. Yes.
All right, guys.
Yes, I do use my victory head.
So that was the poll jam. I can't wait to play again, guys. I'm so just dying.
Yeah, we need you.
Dying of heat and not being able to play. Right, Q&A, guys. Favourite guitarist at the moment. Someone's just put that out. I shouldn't have done that with my elbow.
Oh.
Out. We'll answer that question though.
It's not the band elbow for sure.
Favourite guitarist at the moment, Dave. Talk about putting you on the spot.
Me.
Ah.
That's an excellent answer.
I thought you were going to say me. No, I'm
Dan.
joking.
No, Dan. No, actually, every time I come on the guitar and Dan plays something, I just think, I wish I was as tasty player as Dan. It's just the man with the perfect lick
Give him
for
a
the
lick.
perfect occasion. Hey?
Not that kind of
Oh,
player.
okay. Yeah.
Dan?
I tell you what you're playing, Dave, by the way. Jerry Landreth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Although, I've got his recorded stuff. I've got the Brothers Landreth and his solo album. And it is...
Landreth-based caveat.
Yeah. It's good, but I kind of feel like he's one of those guys that is like a live guy. If you see what I mean? Like sometimes when there's certain players that when they're recorded, it almost takes the edge off.
Eric Gales is one for me like that.
Right, yeah.
Where it's like, oh my god, I just haven't found the album where it's just it gives me the same.
Have you seen
feeling.
Eric Gales live?
I haven't seen him live, but watching him. Like, oh no, I did actually. I saw him. I didn't see Nam.
We saw him at NAMM, yeah.
He is one of. No, I'm just going to straight out say it. He's the best guitarist I've ever seen live in my life.
I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's
think
just outrageous.
I'm not
what I mean
shitting on the
about
Joey
the-
Landreth album, by the way. I was just
I've not heard it yet, so
no.
bring it round.
It's almost too neat and tidy as a recorded thing. Like, I feel like there's some players that that you need to like there's something about some guys that you need to be there.
I saw a video where it was it wasn't the Landreth brothers because my pick was going to be Ariel Posen.
Oh yeah.
Who's the other guitarist in the band who, you hear him play. By the way, have you heard his own stuff?
No.
Oh my god. If I remember, if you guys remind me, I'll post a video of, I think it's his tune, on the Facebook page, and it's unbelievable stuff. Really, really unique and creative.
What kind of
So-
stuff is it? Is it jazzy?
Yeah, he's basically an incredible jazz player, but an amazing blues player and an incredible slide player. Joey is incredible, Joey Landreth as well.
Check
he
out
appeals
the,
to me more as a singer stroke guitar
Yeah,
player.
yeah. There's a video of him
Whereas
doing
Ariel
Hallelujah,
is just-
I Love Her
Oh
So.
man,
Have you seen
what a
that?
guitar player.
Yeah.
Which one?
That
sorry?
is incredible.
Which
It's
one?
Hallelujah, I Love, the...
Oh,
Charles.
yeah, the Leonard Cohen song.
No, the...
Ray Charles one, isn't it?
Oh right. No, I don't. Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I need...
Yeah, a lot of people
ridiculous.
saying Matteo
Ridiculous.
Sato.
Yeah, he is amazing.
He's,
Absolutely
he's
amazing.
just got that really tasty chordal thing going on that I
Man,
really
there are a
like.
lot of people saying Matteo Sato.
Yeah.
What about you, Beebs?
Oh, Alan Hines at the moment.
Alan Hines.
Alan Hines, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing
One of you 5 a day.
it in my.
For your 5 a day.
It's a Beans joke.
Oh,
Just for the...
I didn't get that. Sorry. Okay.
Oh.
Next question.
Question.
Right, this is first the official questions. Okay, Dan Evans. How do you approach chord melody solo guitar arrangements? Any tips, advice on thought process and things to consider? I've got one.
Sorry, what was the question? I was reading a question off there. I got
off
question.
here.
I got question
Oh,
bamboozled.
guys, there's only so many questions we can answer, so sorry if you start posting questions now. Sorry, maybe we'll look at them for next week. So Dan Evans, how do you approach chord melody solo guitar arrangements? Any tips, advice on thought process and things to consider? Before you answer it, let me say that sounded a little bit harsh, guys. I apologise. If you've got questions for us that you want us to answer in the show, go on the Guitar Hour Facebook page and type them on there. And
Yeah,
they'll definitely get into the show.
Yeah.
But we can't take loads of questions in the chat. It just is not. It's impossible.
Can't keep up.
So back to the solo jazz guitar thing. I
was
would
teaching about
say
this the other day, actually.
type in to Google, because I can't. We're not going to teach you it now. It's too complex. Type in back cycling
Yeah.
and learn about back cycling.
I had it wasn't really an epiphany as such. But my rules for this kind of stuff originally was, say, you whatever the melody note is, try and take the melody note and then try and put a root note of whatever chord it is, and then try and fill in the gaps with something interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which does work, but eventually you kind of get yourself into a bit of a thing. For instance, what was I doing the other day? You know, Smile.
Yes.
The root note, the first chord is F, but the melody starts on an F. And it seems like there's no way to make that sound good if you put a root note on the bottom as well. Like if you put a bass note of F and the melody note is F, it doesn't matter what you put in the middle, it always sounds a bit. It always sounds a bit cheesy. So I'd go like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to put in that instance, if you so do this voicing. So put F in the bass on the A string, then play 3.
3. What is in the third?
Yeah. Then 7. Now 1 on the B string.
Ah.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Still got a crunch in it.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice. Now if you drop the root down to the 5th. There you go.
Yeah.
And you can, it's just to illustrate your point, you can immediately hear how the voicing stops being so crunchy. Even though you've still got the same tone interval between the 7th and the root. Sorry, the semitone between the 7th and the root.
Yeah. And
Just
doing that as well will lead you on to another thing, like because.
Well, if you do an ascending bass note.
I was going the opposite way. I was going up there, but because you've started on a C now. Oh, hang on, that's not right. You've got, like what I was doing is I was going. I was in a 1-6-2-5 just to mix it up. So I was going. Hang on, do a bit louder. Like that kind of thing. But now starting there, it's like, all right, I've got a new jigsaw to play with.
See, I would say if you play play that voicing. Now take the bass note down a semitone. Take it down a semitone.
Yeah,
with the bass note. Right, now find a way of harmonising the next melody note using that bass note. There you go. Now if you continue down a semitone. So a major 7, just play a major 7 voicing with that bass note. So you can always find, if you do that semitone root movement down, or you can do it up as well, but down is stronger. Doing semitone root movement down is a cyclical motion where you basically tritone substitute in all the fives.
I'll look at, there's a Joe Pass instructional video where it essentially just does 1-6-2-5s and reharmonises it for like an hour. And you go from going, and then you end it with.
My favourite is to play, play the 1. Now, what key are you in? C?
C.
Okay, go from the 1. Now the next chord would be A, 7 sharp 5. Instead of that chord, what you would do is you would go up 3 frets, and you would play, 4 frets, and now play a major 7 sharp 5. Yeah, so play 1 and then play that. Okay, now you would play the 2, which would be D minor 7, but tritone substitute it.
For.
No, tritone substitute it, so you play A flat 13.
Okay.
Okay, now for the G7, go back up and play B major 7 sharp 5. Now play B major.
B major 7 sharp 5.
Okay, so do all of that together.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah, and then you would resolve up to C major 7 sharp 5. So do all of that.
Oh, hang on, let me turn this delay off. No. Sorry, my bad.
This is why it's so frustrating when you haven't got a guitar. Not that you're doing a bad job of it. So that particular version, where essentially you're substituting all the 5s, which are altered chords, for the major 7 sharp 5 from the same melodic minor scale, sounds really super hip.
I wasn't necessarily doing the best voice leading there, but.
Cool. Is there something else we can talk about now?
Sorry.
Oh,
okay, Daniel Craig.
I just don't know
what do you guys prefer? A clean channel with all drives and effects into it, or using the amps drive channel 2?
Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig.
James
Bond.
I don't know. It depends on the amp, man. Like the amps that I build, my own amps, I love the overdrive sound from that, and I've hit it really hard with the booster pedal. But some amps, their distortion channel I just don't like, so I'd be then inclined to use like an amp in a box, like a Wampler in front of the clean channel.
Do you find that if you're buying an amp for the clean sound, it's a very specific kind of amp, but if you're buying an amp for the overdrive sound, the clean sound might not necessarily be as good?
It's really
and
hard
it's kind
to
of
get.
This is a problem.
From an amp building point of view, it's really hard to get both, because basically if you get a clean channel that's really clean and zingy and has loads of headroom, then that sounds just bad when you overdrive it. It just sounds really
It's
ice
why
picky.
I would much prefer to have a very, very good clean amp with a really great overdrive pedal.
Well,
in front of it.
Lee, the guitar show the other day, just had Tube Screamer and Autumnus
Yep.
on like full tilt
On
into
the
that
Lionheart.
Laney,
Well,
and
I'm
it
sat on
sounded
right now.
amazing.
Sounded amazing, yeah.
So good.
You-
And
This
his pedal
amp is
board,
amazing.
the pedal board would have been about this
Yeah.
big as well.
Yeah.
It was just like two little mini pedals. So that, yeah.
For the money, you can't beat this amplifier. It's incredible for,
Yeah.
for clean with pedals.
Mm.
Or you can run, another thing you can do is you can run the drive channel with the drive almost off and the volume really high for a fatter, warmer sound. You can do that as well. But if I use a drive channel amplifier, it has to be some kind of hot rodded Marshall sound for me.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I love the idea of amp distortion, and I'm just keep pursuing it. And I almost, well, I found it in Anaheim, but but generally speaking, I run pedal drive into a really nice tube clean amp.
I think it's a different era now as well. Like when I was growing up and you had a Boss DS1 or something into, do you know what I mean? But now if you, like when I was at NAMM, I tried out the Wampler 30 something, which is the AC30. Man alive, that is just,
The sparkle it adds is outrageous.
it just sounded incredible. And that was that, the Wampler into the Bravado, like that's Wampler amp, and I'd gig with that any day.
Plus,
Sounded
this sounds
amazing.
like an advert, and it kind of is. But if you've got a slightly anemic sounding overdrive pedal, buy a Wampler Tumnus and shove that in front of it,
Yeah.
and it will
Yeah.
fix it.
Word of warning though, you'll never want to switch it off. Like have it.
David Smeaton, this amp is a Laney Lionheart 20 watt combo, so it's basically the Laney Lionheart 20. It's a 2x12 20 watt combo, and it really is just incredible. It's plenty loud for gigging as well, plenty loud. You can compete with the drummer. Okay, Eric Harbauer, sorry, I just ruined your name. How's the elbow? I'll do this one really quickly. Pretty good actually. As you can see, I've got decent motion. I can't straighten my arm properly. It's this arm. But I can play for about 10-15 minutes. BB and I had a quick jam earlier on today. After that, it starts to hurt and it feels like I've got a tennis ball stuck in there. But that's just time.
Tennis
It's just
elbow.
Tennis elbow.
Yeah.
It's just going to take some time to completely heal. I can use it again pretty much, but obviously I can't play for extended periods of time, which is why I'm not playing on the show. I might, in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, so maybe on the third or fourth show, I'll probably start playing again, which I cannot wait for. So really doing pretty well actually. I'm very pleased. Jason Wilding, speaking of Wampler.
Oh,
This is a question for me, but you guys can maybe answer this as well if you've had experience with this. This is the last question. How has the last 6 weeks affected your vision and interpretation of music and the guitar? It's
Good question.
completely refreshed it. In fact, I did a Facebook post about this the other day. I'm listening to music in a completely different way, and when I pick up the guitar, what's really amazed me is I've not lost any technique at all. But a slight timing issue I had with my right hand has disappeared.
so go
Which is
and fracture
interesting.
your elbows,
Right.
everyone.
I think because I'd obviously developed a bad habit that I haven't played for a while, and it's reverted back to, it's like the undo button's been pressed, which is quite interesting.
Control Alt Delete.
But yeah, it's just made things a lot more. It's refreshed things hugely. It's like pressing a reset button. It's really interesting, and that's only 5 weeks or 6 weeks. So that's quite.
It's quite nice
interesting.
because if for anyone else that maybe is a guitar player that as a working guitar player, you can't necessarily go right. I'm just not going to play for 6 weeks
No.
because you've got to still make a living. You've
Plus,
still got to work.
you-
Whereas if you did another job, you might be like, right, I'm just not going to go near the guitar. I'm going to do something else for a long period
But
of
you
time.
can't do it. You will play guitar. I promise.
Well, yeah.
It's really, if you tell yourself, the only way you could do it is if you say, right, I'm not going to play guitar. I'm going to put my guitar somewhere else away from me. Have you ever tried to not play guitar for like even a week or 2 weeks? It's almost impossible.
I managed it when sort of going on holiday, for example, abroad and without a guitar for a week.
Yeah, so you basically did put the guitar somewhere else, but you went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yourself somewhere
Put
else.
myself somewhere else.
To be honest, I go for quite extended periods without playing, but it's because I'm writing, so I think it's a slightly different
You're still engaging.
thing.
in
I'm
music,
still
yeah.
doing music, but not playing guitar so much.
But I noticed it when I was listening to, I can't remember what I was listening to, but listening to something and thoroughly engaging in the experience. I've been doing it recently, but thoroughly engaging in the experience of listening to music. But recently I've been going through every single Steely Dan album while I've been in my car.
Oh,
And I've been hearing things that I never used to hear. And really, like old school style, listening to an album and learning the order of the tracks on the albums and remembering very specific things about each track as I go through the album, which is not the way that I listen to music anymore. So it's been quite interesting. So good question, Jason.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Should we start winding down?
Yeah, so just a quick recap, guys. Let me just put this back on the screen. Oh no, the mouse is over here. What am I doing? Let me just close this down. Oops. Okay, so... Oh, it's gone. So, anyway, guys, I'm not going to show you that. So, I was going to put you back on the Guitar Hour website, but it's www.theguitarhour.com. Check that out. Check out the Patreon, which you can link through to there. If you want to support the show, if you enjoy the show, want to support what we do, you can go and support us on the Patreon page. Even just $1, whatever, just show some love. And that doesn't go into our pockets and get used for us to kind of like buy video games. And
not
like,
at all.
You know,
Not at all.
for Dan to buy his moustache wax, stuff
Oh,
like that.
to buy a moustache, more like.
It gets used for the show. So if we're booking guests or whatever, or if we're upgrading,
Or like
gear,
lapel
so we get
mics,
better.
that wouldn't have happened.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Without
you've
the
got better
Patreons.
audio because of it now.
Exactly.
You can also buy swanky t-shirts from, not as nice as this one, but unfortunately, but you can buy a Guitar Hour t-shirt from the website as
Why
well.
do I keep standing up like that? I've just, it's here. The thing is here. All right, guys. So all that remains, if these guys can you remember the thing?
Oh yeah.
No.
Dan can't remember it. I have an excuse.
It's dirt up.
Dirt up.
So as usual, guys, we're going to play Dave Bronze's beautifully composed theme.
Oh.
And remember, we are back every week for the next 6 weeks. Okay, so there's an episode right up until the 6th of April. Last show will bring you a special guest. Next week we're going to give away one set of V-Picks. We'll give away another set the following week, and then on the penultimate show we will give away our I don't know what the date of that would be. What would it be? So it would be 7 days before that, so it would be whatever, the 30th of March maybe. We will give away our 4 Seasons pickups. Again, kindly provided by Mark Thompson of Guitar Addiction. And we'll put a link up to his site when we do the giveaway. Okay guys, so let me just check we got audio.
Who goes first?
We do. Oh,
Me.
I don't know.
Shoot, alright, as long as somebody's going first, then. as long
Guys,
as
just
Tom's
give me a
going
level
first.
check. Bronzy. Dan. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, we're going to play this and then we're going to end the stream. So thank you so much for joining us, as usual. No Star Trek ending this week.
Oh, so good.
And we will see you in a week's time. See you later, guys. Missing my button.
Oh, there we go.
See you later.
See you later, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.